Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Marketing Series. Today, Tony and I are going to talk about something different. We're going to talk about who we are and what we do. You may have heard of growth media, you may have heard of wedding marketers. We're going to talk about what the two companies do and are, but more importantly, how we got into doing this and why we do it. Tony, talk to us a little bit about before growth media and wedding marketers were launched and how this came to fruition.
Just like anything, I think a lot of things happen because of need, right?
Mm.
My partner and I own a DJ company. And, I would say probably 2.5 to 3 years ago, right? But, prior to COVID, we were, from a business standpoint, doing very well, right around 98, 99 weddings a year, maybe another 50 or 60. Unfortunately, my partner went down, and I was left to do a lot of it by myself. All right. So, it was getting up early in the morning, going to bed late at night, to try to keep the business running. Right. So now I come from an engineering background. I also do sales and a lot of other things. Right. And, I started turning more towards like, systems and like, just like, in any marketing, right. There's all these different tools that you need to acquire, right, to do certain things. But they cost a ton of money. Right? I was willing to spend $500, $600, $700 on all these different tools, right? That did all the things that I needed. And, what ended up happening because of it, number one, I got my life back, was able to set up a lot of these automations, and then when my partner did come back, a lot of these things were already in place. And we were able to take a business from 98, 99 weddings, somewhere around there, to today we're well over 250 weddings a year, plus another 150 plus events, right? And we have 7-8 DJs, right? So and we're growing, right? We're adding a videography division, right? And it's all because of what happened 3 years ago in technology and stuff like that. Okay. So why am I telling you this? For a lot of you, like our business was stuck too, right? And because of a need, right? My partner going down, we had to figure it out, right? You know what I mean? And because of it, that came out, and it was an awesome, amazing thing, and it's changed a lot of people's lives, right? More importantly, our brides and grooms, right? You know what I mean? Or our couples, right? That's the most important thing, because we were able to do more weddings to bring our style and what we did, for them. I love the industry, number one, but the vendors and the other people in this in the wedding world, I absolutely love them, and they all struggle with the same thing, right? You know what I mean? They're really good at something, right? Whether it's photography or whatever happens to be. They're good at technology, some of them, right? As far as what they're doing, but the marketing side of things has always been tough, right? They don't have the time, they don't have the know-how, but more importantly, it's if you ask somebody to spend $500, $600, $700, $800, or even worse, let's go hire a marketing company. Because again, when we were pricing some of these things out, most companies, right, were starting point was $1,500 a month to help with some of your marketing. Like that could never happen. So like I'm sitting here, like like I'm hearing all these people struggle, right? I'm also hearing, especially with the world changing, like how many of my peers, right, their weddings are going down. Like they're not doing as many weddings. I'm like, well, but we're thriving. Like, what's the difference, right? But they can't afford, or they don't know how to do social media posting, or like all these things. And there's a part of me that feels bad, because they're really good people and they're really good at what they do. And it's like, how the heck do I help them?
Yeah, focusing a little bit on the wedding aspect right now.
Right, because I honestly, like, it's awesome.
Where you
right?
came from.
You know what I mean? But we understand the struggle. So, wedding markets came about because, what, I wanted to create a community for people, right, that can help them. But there's a lot of communities like that, by the way, already, right? And there's a lot of great people with a lot of great knowledge. But I think the missing portion of what's kind of happening, right, was they still need tools, and the tools are still expensive. And, I was using 6 or 7 different things to do multiple things. And I had tabs open because CRM was over here, and, I was using this email marketing system and things like that. Right. And it got really, was really complicated.
Jumping in and out of all those different things.
Through this process, was able to develop a system that everything kind of fell like in one house, right? You log into one area, and everything's there, right? So the challenge is, again, because again, right, what are we trying to do? We're trying to save time. We're trying to save money, right?
Mhm.
And this is kind of when I started bringing Nicole on, about a year ago, right? Number one, give everyone some tools,
Yeah.
right? Everything's done for you other than you making tweaks.
Yeah.
All in
Because
one
having the
place.
tool is great. Having to set up and build the system just means more time and energy into something that I'm already struggling with. So I think your
Right.
intention was having not only just a tool, but a system that is ready for
Right.
the small business owner in the wedding industry or any industry to be able to plug and play and say,
Absolutely.
let's connect some things and launch. You're ready to
Right.
go.
Through this process, what do we discover? Right. There's different people at different levels. But at the end of the day, right, because we're doing things that way, number one, it makes it super affordable because it's not customized every time. And
Mm.
that's the problem. When I go hire a marketing company and I say, I need your help, but I need you to develop a system for my company, right? If you have to develop that system from scratch, right, it's just all custom work, right? And if they're charging 100, $150 an hour, it might take 3 weeks to,
Yeah.
it may take a month and a half, right? Now you're talking about, when we were looking for certain apps and things like that, like it was, starting base was $30,000. Whoa, okay, yeah, great. Like I have 30 grand to take out my pocket, and that's where most businesses start. So that's kind of what we started focusing on, over the last, year, is developing these systems and things like that,
Yeah.
and to make it affordable, make it easy for, to get all the tools and things like that, and also have a system for the future too, right? Because a lot of these systems, with AI and some of these other things kind of coming out, right, it has to be forward compatible, right? So where it's not outdated, when
Mhm.
you get the system and all of a sudden it's outdated. So right,
Mm.
Growth Media it's more of all the traditional, marketing company, because you know what, we do, people don't want to do things and they just say, hey, you go, I want you to guys do it for me, and they don't mind paying the labor and stuff like that, right? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But we always, our approach is like, wherever we're going to save you money, we're going to save you money, but we're
Yeah.
always going to lead you in the right direction.
Yeah.
So, we're not trying to, gouge people. We're not trying to do whatever. Because again, I get it. I know where it's coming from. We're
Mhm.
not working with IBM. We're not working with these really big companies, right? So, we're trying to obviously work with smaller companies, because that's kind of where I came from. That's kind of like, where you came from too. So
Yeah.
it's
Small business
but
owners have
that's
our love.
right.
It's just where
Listen,
our heart
right,
is, and having those affordable
right,
solutions for them is really the launch of all of this. There were no affordable solutions when you were looking that had all of these tools in one house so that you could manage everything when your
right.
partner went down, and that's really where kind of this all branched and began.
Yeah, because of what I've learned, I just implemented this stuff with a lot of other businesses that,
Mhm.
and you know what, they either it saved the day, or it gave them opportunity when doors were closed. Doors were closed. They couldn't do things. To do other things to generate money, right? So it's pretty cool. Like, I mean, I go to bed at night and I'm always really excited to get up the next day, because I'm excited to help the next person, right? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's kind of where it started, why it started, and here we are. And I hope that we can continue doing this.
What are some examples of things that we currently do? Can you talk a little bit
Yeah,
about some of the tools and those systems that we have?
and obviously Nicole, is the one doing a lot of the working with the clients and things like that. But as you know, right, one of our easy things is like reviews, right?
Mhm.
We talk about, Google talks about how important reviews are. I'll go back to us, right? Three and a half years ago, 4 years ago, maybe we were sitting at, maybe, I don't know, let's say around 45 reviews on Facebook, right? Another 60 reviews on Wedding Wire, slash the knot. Google, maybe we had 35 reviews or something like that, right? Fast forward 2.5, 3 years now, we have almost, I want to say, I think it's now, I don't know, maybe it's around 380 on Wedding Wire, another 300 plus on the knot,
Mhm.
close to over 200 on Google, right? You know what I mean? So, if you guys understand how important that is, it's a game changer.
Yeah,
right?
especially for the wedding business. I mean, really
Oh,
for any
absolutely.
service business, reviews are so important.
One of the first things we do is like, hey, give us a list of maybe potentially emails and things like that of current clients,
Past
right? And we
clients,
send
yeah.
out, yeah, absolutely. We get that started. We kind of get the thing going, and then we make sure that people have systems in place that every time an event or like they do a service for somebody, it's automatic. You go on your app and off it goes, and there you go. You got a review, right? So
One click and go.
what else do we work? What else do you do, Nicole?
Probably the most common would be advertising, and
Yeah.
automation.
All right. So go look for a company to do your ads, Facebook ads. And what you're going to find is at minimal, it's a $500 service fee. Minimal, right? Plus your ad spend, right?
Mhm.
Some companies are more. Some companies it's a minimum of $3,000 a month, right? So again, small business owners, even though I think we all understand marketing is important, right, to bring in new business, it's just mentally, it's like I can't justify spending that kind of money,
Yeah.
right, to bring that in. Using technology, using AI and things like that, right? How cool would it be if you went into a system that number one, you can AI will you just put your link in of your website, or the page that you wanted to target, right? And AI will create all the ads for you across Facebook, Instagram, Google, TikTok, LinkedIn, right?
YouTube.
Any right. AI will actually on a month-to-month basis review it. If there's improvements, it will actually make adjustments. Like, what's that tool worth to somebody? But
You're
again,
not paying an agency cost for that either.
right, absolutely, and it's something you can do, and it's very affordable, right? So, like, but that's where technology comes in. That's why it's cool, right? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? That's why you can't be afraid of technology. You
No, you
use
have to
it to help
leverage it.
you. So that's what we do. We're always looking for angles to sit there and say, how can we offer this to our client? Now, we can obviously always do that for you, right?
Mhm.
But we have free courses for Facebook, right? Why do we do that? We have free courses for Google because, again, like, you know what? We want you. It's free. We want you to learn, but it is complicated, by the way, right? But again, that doesn't cost anything but time. What does this
Mhm.
tool do? This tool saves you time, right? But you have to pay there's a trade. There's always a trade off, right?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But this tool also is not super expensive either, right? So it's like where it's going to break the bank. It's still that this tool will also still be cheaper, right? Than you hiring somebody to do the work. It's right. So that's another example of us, looking at different options. And again, it's all under our system.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of exciting new features coming out, so stay tuned.
We obviously have our social media planner, right? So
Mhm.
again, that's another tool that, again, especially in a wedding industry, social media is super important,
Yeah.
right? And now we have, Nicole, as you know, right? We have clients that you actually on a month-to-month basis, you will do all their social media posts and things
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah, you're right.
There's a
It's
chart,
important to note we give
right?
you tools and resources so that you can manage and do it yourself to make it affordable. And then we have, like any marketing company, a completely hands-on approach where we
Right.
do all that. So whether it's your social media, your website, your paid ads, like we said, but our intention obviously is to keep it more affordable and
Right.
teach you, offer you solutions and resources so that you can do that yourself with the proper tools and
Yeah.
systems.
Our software itself is called the Marketer's Toolbox. Okay. So it's Marketer's Toolbox, and every possible marketing tool that you can put in your toolbox is there, right? Email marketing is another one, right?
Mhm.
That's something where
SMS
you,
marketing?
right? SMS marketing, which is another big
Yeah.
one. Most of what they do is they put limitations, right? So if you have over 500 people on your newsletter, you now have to start paying per thing, right? Ours is like really inexpensive. It's cheaper than anything out there. It's unlimited. It's unlimited. You can have as many. You can have 10,000 contacts. It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
And that's why we align with certain people and developers and things like that to make all these solutions and be able to actually bundle a lot of these things together under one package, to offer that to people, and things like that, right? So, websites. I mean, again, the any tool that you can possibly imagine, we can offer. You know what I mean? So again, this is just more of a, because people ask, right? They've been commenting, hey, what exactly do you guys do? You guys keep, making these videos and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's kind of that's what we do in a nutshell. So pretty much anything marketing related, we can probably help.
Yeah.
So they'll call and they'll say, hey, listen, I'm having a problem where I'm not getting enough leads. All right, cool. Let's focus on that, right? I'm having a problem where, the leads keep ghosting me. Okay, let's set up some solutions. I'm having a problem where, people don't show up to my appointments. Okay, great. Let's put in our appointment reminder thing, right?
Yeah.
So, we attack one thing at a time, right? The thing that's broken the most, and we keep slowly kind of building on, from that. Let us know if you have any questions or, things like that, or if this sounds good, or if you want to hop on a call with us and see how we might be able to help.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
don't forget to subscribe and like. We look forward to hearing from you.